I'm Kim Anderson, President of the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Faribault Works. Faribault Works is a program about jobs in Faribault. What are the unique and interesting jobs that people do here in Faribault? We've teamed up with TLT Productions and FCTV to produce Faribault Works. Our sponsor is Steel-Waseca Cooperative Electric. And today we're at Bliss Ford and we're talking to Tom Lester. And Tom, you're the service manager, right?
Correct.
Okay, so the service manager, tell us a little bit about what your work is like.
Well, we have 5 technicians here full-time that I oversee them along with our cleanup crew, and bring the vehicles in each day, get the customers' concerns, verify the problems that they have with the vehicle, get a good description of it, relay it to the technicians, and let them diagnose the car. And when they come up
so take us behind the scenes a little bit, because most of us probably are used to bringing a car in and saying, oh, I hear this problem, I got a clunk, or I need this or that. But then what kind of training is necessary for the technicians that you talked about?
Our technicians, they have to go through Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury training. What they have to do is a lot of internet classes and then actual classroom classes.
Okay.
And what they will do is they'll come back and apply that in the field, bring the cars in. We use a lot of various electronic tools and computers and everything to diagnose concerns, rattles and all that kind of stuff, and they have to verify it. We have to submit it through Ford, verify if it's warranty or non-warranty, and then if it's non-warranty, we price it up for the customers and call them up and explain the repair that needs to be done. Then we get the work performed, then we verify the repair and then clean them up and give them back to the customers.
So the work has changed quite a bit in the time that you've been here?
Oh yeah, yep. When I started out, it was probably about 20 years ago, and not as much. 20 years ago, yep. Not as much electronics in the vehicle back then, but now everything is all computerized, and if you open up the hood and look underneath the car, a lot of people just shut the hood and say, I'll take it to the car shop.
And you're probably glad when they do that, right? Rather than get started on something and find a problem?
Correct, yeah. It's a lot easier to fix it without it being tampered with first.
Sure. So how many people do you employ?
Here at the dealership, we have 15 employees.
Okay. And the ones that work directly in the service department?
There's 8 of us.
There's 8 of you. And tell me about the education and the qualities of a person like that you would be looking to hire.
First off is if they've, mechanically inclined, if they've gone to school for that. A lot of vocational schools. The job experience helps out a lot too. Any kind of ASE certification is always a plus as well. We're looking any range from oil change technician up to a Ford Master technician, which a Ford Master technician can fix anything on any of their vehicles. And
do you find people that have that kind of credential, or do you send them to those classes too?
We have a few people that have got a basic part of it down, and then we do send them off for the training here at the dealership and then also into Ford Motor Company. So there's a lot of training.
And there's changes all the time, so there must be continuous education for people.
Yep. Every year we have to be certified to the latest model years. When the 2014s come out, all the new certification levels that go with that, like your hybrids, when they started to come out, everybody had to go back to school and learn about the hybrids, and any new model vehicles, they have specific training for that as well. Okay.
What are the biggest challenges that you and your employees face in the job?
Biggest challenges are usually the newest technology that's out. Ford and Lincoln, they're pretty good about getting all the information to us, but your learning curve of the first problem that you encounter with a different type of vehicle or a newer type of vehicle, what you have to figure out and how you got to go through the steps of repairing it. Okay. The electronics is obviously a modern age. That's the big one.
Sure. So what's a typical day like? How many vehicles would a technician deal with? What are the day-to-day kind of routines that you would go through?
A general line mechanic or a non-oil changing type mechanic would usually work on 4 to 5 cars a day, depending on the repairs that are needed and the problems. Some days they work on one all day, and other days they get several more. An oil change guy will touch anywhere between 10 to 20 cars a day, bringing them in and out of the shop.
Can keep them moving then.
We keep them moving, yes.
So what about your particular career path? You said 20 years doing this work?
Yep. Started out right out of high school. Did a lot of hands-on mechanics myself, and went to the Austin Votech for parts and sales merchandising.
Okay.
And
right out of high school you did that?
Right out of high school, yep. Got into that. It was a 2-year class, and then from there kind of got into the service side of it as well, and pretty much body shop, kind of all around the whole dealership. I've managed all the departments. And
So how long have you been here, or have you been at a variety of places?
I've been at a few different dealerships, but I've been here for a total of about 6 years.
Well, that's great. Yeah, that's a lot of continuity then for you to bring to this position.
Yep.
So if students were listening to this, or young people that were thinking about careers, what would you tell them about a career in your type of profession?
Definitely do as much training as you can. Go to a trade school is usually the better. There's a lot of them out there. There's the technical ones, you can go to them. You can do the Ford Asset Program, which is what we have one of our employees here doing right now, and that's all training through Ford. But the biggest thing is get an affiliate or a accredited college or trade school certificate, because that shows that you're putting in the time to learn the trade.
Okay, and what about the other characteristics that you look for in a person?
Clean cut, polite to people. Our mechanics do actually ride with customers at times to hear their concern of what's going on with the vehicle. So courteous, clean, well-mannered.
Yeah. Yeah, good advice for everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Tom. We'll be back and share a few more comments with Tom in a moment.
The Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce would like to thank Steel Waseca Cooperative Electric for sponsoring this episode of Faribault Works.
So we're here again talking to Tom Lester, and he is the service manager here at Bliss Ford in Faribault, and we just learned that you have kind of a personal interest in doing this kind of work, and have since you were a kid, right?
Yep. I've got a collector car that I've restored from the ground up. It's a 79 Mustang pace car. Kind of got into it, tore it all down, prepared everything, put everything new back on it, and I take it out and drive it. And
kind of a labor of love?
Labor of love, yes.
How long did it take you?
About 8 years.
8 years? Yep. Wow.
I think I got all the parts back on it. A few extra bolts here and there.
And is it original, or did you?
No, it's all modified. The engines were modified. Transmission, driveline. But kind of hopped it up.
And where do you take? I mean, what do you?
I'll go to local car shows, car cruises. There's a lot of times you go out to. There's Tuesday night out at the Eagles Club or whatever and do a mini car show and a car cruise. Do a lot of that.
A lot of fun stuff. See, and you wanted to do this kind of work since you were a kid. You knew you had that aptitude.
Yep. Once I got my first car, it was a 77 Dodge Dart, and the engine had caught on fire. My dad said, "There's your car. If you want to drive it, fix it."
That's a great story.
That's what I had to do.
And so you figured it out.
Off I went, yep.
So was that family? I mean, Dad was help or uncle or?
No, pretty much.
Figure it out.
Yep.
That's great. I love it. So you've been here now for 8 years, and it's a pretty good place to work?
Yes, very good place to work. Nice small community, smaller dealership with 15 people here. You get to know everybody, and you work on the vehicles, and everybody gets along really well.
So at the same time as being a kind of a small town dealership with that family feeling, it's high tech and state of the art and offers full service.
Full service, parts service, body shop. We've got probably about 300 cars on the lot. They're all new and used. Just a good selection of things, and yeah, we get competitive make cars in here too. The Chevrolets, the Dodges, and everything, and we fix them all.
So you work hard, but what do you do for fun?
For fun, I like to shoot pool, throw darts, drive my car around. I got a Harley, so I ride bike too.
Sounds like a good life, right? See, there's something for everybody, and you have a great job here at a great business, Bliss Ford, and you kind of had an aptitude for this work from the very beginning and have turned it into a wonderful career. And I think that's kind of the lesson that we're trying to share as maybe students are listening to this is, the kind of work there's something for everybody out there.
Absolutely.
So thanks for listening to Faribault Works. This is our program about great jobs and unique work opportunities that are here in Faribault, and we're going to be doing this program another few months. So if you have an idea for a program that you'd like to hear about or a job you'd like to learn more about, call us at the Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for watching.